Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you once again to celebrate Shabbat with congregation L'Dor Va-Dor and all of you. There was once a little kid who asked his dad, "Hey, Dad, where did my intelligence come from?" The father said, "Well, must have come from your mother, because I still have all of mine." You know, intelligence is the type of thing that you want to give away, and the more you give, the more you have. You don't lose anything, but quite to the contrary. When we share knowledge, when we impart knowledge, when we discuss things, we learn more and more. And the same thing is true with joy, same thing is true with love. The more we give away, the more we keep getting back. And fortunately, our ancestors shared much love and joy and knowledge with us. And on Shabbat, we take the opportunity to reach back into our rich heritage and the wisdom of our fathers and forefathers and to celebrate the Shabbat. In order to help us accomplish this, we are so thrilled to announce that we have Carol and Jerry Kahn, who have sponsored the Oneg Shabbat, the Joy of Shabbat, the Shabbat celebration for every single Friday in the month of August in honor of Carol's parents, especially her mom, who is such a shining light, and she'll be sharing with us about her mom this month. I also would like to thank Rose Lopater for leading us tonight in the Kiddush celebration, and I do want to thank Carol for not only sponsoring the Shabbat, but leading us in the candle lighting, and she'll also be sharing some thoughts about her mom. Let the joy and let the celebration of Shabbat begin.
Hinei Ma Tov, Hinei Shabbat Achim Gam Yachad. Let's light up the world, oh brothers and sisters, together with peace and love. Bring light to the world, oh sisters and brothers, and sing Hinei Ma Tov. Hinei Ma Tov, Yananai Umanai, Yananai Shevet Achim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Let's light up the world, oh brothers and sisters, together with peace and love. Brothers, and sing Hinei Ma Tov. Yananai nanai, Yananai yananai Hinei Ma Tov. Yananai yananai manai, Yananai yananai Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad.
It is my pleasure to sponsor the Shabbat celebration this month in honor of my mother, Eili-Eili Kramer. My mother was my hero. She was born in 1915 in Brooklyn, New York, to immigrant parents who spoke Yiddish and Russian. My grandpa, Mom's dad, was a laundryman. Grandma did the laundry on a scrub board in the bathtub. My mom had two brothers, one older, one younger. As poor as they were, music was important as Grandpa was a lay cantor in a basement synagogue. I remember my mom telling me she had two dresses, one brown, the other red. But she was smart and proud. They didn't have a piano, but Mom took lessons and went to a friend's house to practice. I can still hear her playing Grieg's Concerto on the piano we bought for $50. Mom married my dad and had my brother Roger and me. During the early years of their marriage, my dad had what was termed a nervous breakdown. We later learned it was bipolar disorder. Dad was a Jewish fireman, lieutenant, and then captain in the New York City Fire Department. We managed to get through the difficult times of depression with the support of my amazing mother. Much later, with the help of the medication lithium carbonate, my dad was well for a few years, at which time my mom went to work as secretary in the post office. She was an excellent stenographer and became the secretary to the Postmaster General and was loved by all in her office. On this Shabbat, I light 2 candles in honor of my parents. My mother was a source of light to others as she bravely cared for my dad through mental illness and then went on to inspire me to start, together with my brother and my mother, what is now called the National Depressive and Manic Depressive Association. There was no organization to help us, so we formed one to help others. Within 2 weeks of its launch, we had 300 people at a support group which took place in the auditorium at Mercy Hospital on Long Island, New York. It inspired my brother to become a PhD psychologist. He chose that career with the hopes of finding a cure for manic depression. Like the Shabbat candles, my mother helped to lift people out of the darkness of depression to the light of mental health and well-being, and inspired our family to join her in this effort. Maybe we all be inspired by her fine example to rally their families to work together to care for one another and the community and turn tragedy into a source of comfort and to illumine the dark night.
Shabbat Shalom. Come, let us welcome Shabbat and give thanks for its light. May our home shine with the lights of Shabbat and our hearts glow with Shabbat joy this week and every week.
We welcome Shabbat and give thanks for its light. As I light the candles, I say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech shalom, asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahad l'kner shel Shabbat. May we be blessed with Shabbos joy. May we be blessed with Shabbat peace. May we be blessed with Shabbat light.
Have a good Shabbat, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. Have a wonderful Shabbat. Stay safe. We miss you and love you all.
Shabbat Shalom. The Kiddush marks the Sabbath's sacred time. We recite blessings before sipping the wine. Sweet wine has long been used to make the Sabbath just a little sweeter. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, borei pri hagafen. Shabbat Shalom. May we meet in better times and sooner.
When when life began. Sometime before all knowing, it's growing strong inside of me. Come take my hand and join me in where I'm going. Together we'll find our destiny. Warm, glowing bright, Sabbath flames, spreading light on Friday night. Join with me. Sweet Sabbath wine makes the simcha seem so good.
So good, so good, so good.
I'm inclined as a Jew to spread peace and brotherhood.
We're now going to begin a process of some of the traditional prayers in the Jewish tradition on Shabbat. In cosmic Judaism, we have a different understanding of what these prayers are all about, and really we've recast pretty much everything according to modern terms and modern understanding. So we've taken some words that are used often in Judaism and expressed them in terms that we can relate to based on science and reason and common sense, which we all believe in these modern times. So let me start with, let me take two of these expressions. One is prayer. Now, many people think prayer means that you're just praying to a deity and asking that he come and help you out. Prayer, though, that just seeks help from an outside source doesn't really do very much good. It's not effective. In fact, if we only have a prayer, then we really don't have a prayer. The prayer that's the most effective is the type of summoning of our own resources to allow us or to motivate us to do something, not to rely on something else. So how would you define prayer in modern terminology? Prayer, especially in a religious setting, with other people around, is a collective expression of our common goals and aspirations, our common hopes and dreams, and it's the joining together of many people so that we can strengthen and fortify each other and decide that we will try to make this world and ourselves better. It can be individually, where we summon our inner strength, or collectively, where we as a group express our ideals and our hopes and commitment to make these things happen as Jews. Now also, we have faith. Many people get really caught up in faith. In fact, they don't have faith in a supernatural God because that type of God makes no sense. And so people lose faith. They have a crisis of faith. They stay away from temple because of faith. If you believe that faith is belief in something without evidence, that's not just dangerous. That's psychologically debilitating. If you go around basing the most important things in your life on things that aren't true with no evidence, you're like a disaster waiting to happen. What is real faith? Real faith is like when you have faith in your wife or your children because you know them well, because you have confidence in them, not based on wish fulfillment, based on evidence. And so for us, for Jews, faith means that we believe in Jewish ideals to so much that even though we can't prove it to a scientific certainty, we believe that if we are kind and good and just and honest, that our lives will be better and the world will be better. We use faith in order to take a little bit of a leap. We can't prove it 100%, but we just believe based on what we've seen, what seems right to us, what our ancestors believed, and based on a huge amount of evidence that Jewish ideals will make this world come true. And by the way, when you add to faith your own conscious will, it makes something become real. If you have faith in your child and tell him that he can do it and inspire him with confidence, then that faith becomes real and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So let us use our faith in our loved ones and our heritage in order to make the dreams we have for them and for this world come true. We express this faith in these prayers in the Baruch Hu, the Shema, the V'ahavta, and other prayers what we're reciting tonight. Let the prayers begin.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim Bechokma poteach she'arim Uvitvuna meshane itim Umachalif et hazmanim ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבי שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו, לעולם ועד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך, ובקומך, וקשרתם לעוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובישעריך, למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני, אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, מלכותך ראו בניך בוחרי הים לפני משה זה לי ענו ומארו אדוני ימלוך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
We now have the part of the Shabbat celebration where we give thanks and praise to our ancestors who delivered this wonderful heritage to us and who taught us so much by their example and by their wonderful deeds. We also thank, of course, our parents and our grandparents and all those within our immediate family who have helped us out so much. As we read the Avot Ve'imahot, we remember that it's not just men but women. That's why it's expanded to Avot Ve'imahot. And the best way we can thank them for all the love that they gave to us is to live up to their highest expectations for what they saw in us and the great potential that they were able to envision and to try to bring out in us. So let us give them thanks, and let us continue with the reading of the Avot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Koneh HaKol, v'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה, מלך חוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Now it's time that we take a few moments for introspection, what psychologists call mindfulness, which is so essential to life. It's so essential to well-being, to clarity of thought, to appreciation of what we have. This is just a microcosm of what we really hope to accomplish throughout the week. Reflection, reevaluation, and the ability to channel our innate talent as human beings to learn, to grow, to improve, and to do better. So let us take a few moments in silent meditation to help chart our course for the future, to get us ready for the high holy days when we'll really have a great period of assessment and self-evaluation. Let us also think of those who are ailing and do what we can in order to help them get through this difficult period. And if we're doing pretty well, let us give thanks for our good health as we spend a few moments in silent meditation.
Gonna make good trouble, talking about good trouble. Gonna be good trouble, coming your way. We don't agree with your choices, so we'll keep raising our voices, bringing some good trouble to you today. You know we're watching, you know we're listening, you know exactly what we mean. We've had enough of this nightmare. We're standing up for our American dream. Gonna make good trouble, talking about good trouble. Gonna be good trouble, coming your way. We don't agree with your choices, so we'll keep raising our voices, bringing some good trouble to you today. You know we're watching, you know we're listening, and when that vote comes around again, you know there won't be any question. What you do now will keep you out or keep you in. Gonna make good trouble, talking about good trouble. Gonna be good trouble coming your way. We don't agree with your choices, so we'll keep raising our voices, bringing some good trouble to you today. You know we're watching, you know we're listening, as money and power speak to you. Turn away and walk in our direction, 'cause there's more glory in the truth. Gonna make good trouble, talking about good trouble.
Baruch et Adonai hamavorach. Baruch Adonai hamavorach leolam voed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
You might be wondering, why is the rabbi wearing these funny-looking glasses? The reason is simple. The passage this Friday night is called Re'eh, from the book of Deuteronomy. Re'eh means to behold or to see. And I thought, if I'm reading Re'eh, I better be able to see what I'm reading. And therefore, I have these glasses so I can hopefully be able to find my place in this little tiny Torah that we have here. It's called Re'eh, and it's also read on Rosh Hashanah, but I'm reading a different portion of the passage, so you don't have to hear the same thing twice. Ele hachokim v'hamishpatim asher tishmarun la'asot ba'aretz asher noten Adonai Elohei avotecha lecha l'rishta. These are the statutes, the ordinances, the regulations, the judgments, which you shall follow when you enter this land that God is giving you, as He swore to your forefathers, as an inheritance. Kol hayamim asher atem chayim al ha'adamah. All the days that you shall dwell in this sacred land that is being given to you. Avod tovedun et kol hamakomot asher avdu sham hagoyim asher atem yeroshim otam. You shall not worship the gods that were worshipped by the peoples, the native peoples of that land that you are coming to inherit. Et Elohehem al haharim Hachamim ba'al hagavaot v'tachat kol et cha'anan. You shall not consider their sites, their holy sites, to be holy to you. They've established holy sites upon mountains and hills, and even worshipped luxuriant trees. Those will not be worshipped by you. V'nitatztem et mizvotechem v'shirbaltem et matzvotam v'ashrehem tisrafun ba'esh ufasile Elohechem tigaduun va'adatam et shamam. Their idols, their posts, their sacred places, their images of God, you shall utterly destroy, so that their name shall be erased from the place that you are coming to inherit. Lo ta'asun kol Adonai Elohechem ki im lo hamakom asher yivchar Adonai Elohechem mekol shivtachem. You shall not bow down to your gods in the land that was chosen for you by your God. Lasum et shemo שם לשנכו תדרשו ובאת שמה והבאתם שמה עליתכם וזבתכם ואת מסורתכם ואת תרומה ידכם ונדרכם ונדבותיכם ובחרת בקרכם יצונכם ואכלתם שם. Rather, you shall have your own forms of Jewish sacrifice that you shall observe in these places. Sacrifices of well-being, to show gratitude for what you have, sacrifices to help the community, sacrifices to support the priesthood, the gifts that you shall bring shall all be brought to sacred places that I shall designate that will be different than the holy places of the peoples that now inherit that land. ככל אשר אנחנו עושים פה היום איש כל הישר בעינינו כי לא באתם עד עתה על המנחה ועל הנחילה אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך. You shall not do what just appears right in your eyes. You shall not make up your own rules and regulations. Rather, you shall be subject to certain ordinances and regulations that are established for the entire people. ועברתם את הירדן וישבתם בארץ אשר אדוני אלוהיכם מנחיל אתכם והניח לכם מכל oivechem misaviv. And if you do these things, and if you observe these practices, then you will be able to rest. You will be able to enjoy and comfort the land that you are coming to inherit, and you will be safe from your enemies. V'yashavtem betach v'haya makom asher yivchar Adonai Elohechem. You shall dwell in security in this land that God is securing for you. V'lishachen shemo sham shama taviu et kol asher anochi mitzavachem etchem alotechem v'zavtechem ma'asoretechem v'trumat yadachem v'chol mivachar nadrechem asher tidachu la'Adonai v'samachtem lifnei Adonai. Yes, you shall make certain sacrifices of what you have been given by the Lord. Sacrifices to show your gratitude, sacrifices to support others, sacrifices at a certain time of the season. And if you do these things, and if you show gratitude for what you have, and if you observe the ways that I am commanding you, you shall rejoice in this land that I am bringing you to inherit. The blessing after the Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu tochat emet v'chayei olam nata bitochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten hatocha. My friends, it's not easy being a rabbi and an attorney, but I enjoy both of these professions, and I hear many, many stories about rabbis and about lawyers. One of my favorite lawyer stories is the lawyer who has a client who's been accused of murder, and the lawyer says to the jury, I want you to know something extraordinary. You probably think that this is an open and shut case, but I have reason to believe that my client, not only is he innocent, but there never even was a murder. In fact, the person that you think has died actually is still alive. And if there's any shadow of a doubt about whether this person has died or not, you must acquit my client. In fact, I'm going to tell you that in a matter of seconds, the person that you have been told was murdered by my client is actually going to walk through the back door right now. Just then, all the jurors looked back and nobody walked in. Moments later, the jury was sent out and they formed their judgment. And they came back and they said, we find the defendant guilty of murder. Afterwards, the lawyer was stunned and he said to the jurors, why did you rule that he was guilty? You all looked at the back door. You must have had some doubt. You must have had some expectation that someone was going to walk through that door. And they said, well, we looked, but we noticed that your client didn't. The client, of course, knew the truth. He couldn't be fooled even by the silver tongue of the lawyer. The same thing is true, my friends, with you and me. We can't fool ourselves. We can go to a synagogue and hear people mumbling prayers and saying things and talking about God did this and the Torah says that. But if we don't believe it ourselves, it doesn't really do us any good at all. Going through the motions does not help us. Going through the emotions is what we need. Going through the rituals doesn't help us if we don't believe. The whole purpose of cosmic Judaism is to promote a type of Judaism in which we can actually believe. Believe in a creative power, not only that's existent throughout the universe, that's within us and able to transform our lives. Believe with faith in Jewish ideals, not mere wish fulfillment, but actually believe from the core of our being that these ideals are true and can make our lives better. The passage that we read from today is called Ra'eh, which means behold. Behold the truth. And so on this day, as we approach the high holidays, we seek the truth. And the truth, according to our tradition, is something that's ascertainable. But it was not ascertainable in complete form by our ancestors. They had some ideas that we've since outgrown. The truth, my friends, can indeed set us free. So how do we arrive at truth? Well, some people say if it's in the Torah, then it's true. If my rabbi says it, it must be true. Sadly, we've seen that many things that are in sacred scripture that people think are true are not, and they're also dangerous. So how do we find the truth? Well, let's look at the Torah as a beginning of our search for truth, not as an end point. And let's also use not only the revelation of Judaism, but the revelation of science, of common sense, and of reason to arrive at the truth. Ra'eh, behold the truth. We can behold the truth when we look outside, when we see a blade of grass and see the magnificence even in just a tiny blade of grass, and then realize that when we go outside and look at our front lawn, maybe there's 1 trillion of them. The truth is that the beauty of nature and the miracle of nature is real, and it should inspire gratitude. The truth is that each one of us is a magnificent product of evolution over billions of years with tremendous capabilities, with the ability to harness and channel intelligence and wisdom from our sages and from all over the place. The truth is, my friends, that when people say, oh, poor me, I'm locked in my house, I'm in quarantine, life is so difficult. The truth is that for the vast majority of us, we have it made. If we've passed the age of 30, we've surpassed the average lifespan of 500 years ago. If we have access to food and medical care, we're doing really well. The truth is that we should behold wonders in the world and realize what we have. The high holidays permits us an opportunity to really take the time to delve into the truth within our souls and to realize how much we have to be grateful for and to realize that we're only achieving a fraction of our true potential for growth and for achievement of goals and dreams that we have. And the truth is that we live in an incredible country at an incredible time, and even with all the difficulties we have, because we live in a democracy, we have the power to change our fate and our future, and we can help write the next chapter in history. When I was a child, my father used to take our family to the beautiful city of Wilmington, Delaware. My father grew up in Wilmington, Delaware, and we went there for Passover every year and other occasions. And the truth is that I was able to behold such beauty, such warmth, such close family ties as my father went and celebrated with his parents who were from Romania and Poland and used to speak Yiddish in the home. What joyous memories Wilmington, Delaware brought me. And now, today, I'm recording this on the very day when in Wilmington, Delaware, an African-American woman who spent her professional career as a prosecutor trying to bring justice, tzedek to the land, has now shown that in the United States of America, African-American woman can achieve greatness and high honor. And we are living in a time where in Wilmington, Delaware, the town that I remember with such fond memories, shows to us the possibilities that exist in democracy. Whatever party you belong to, make sure that you take advantage of this wonderful opportunity that we have in our country to be able to vote and to be able to help chart the course of our future. And I hope that as we approach the high holidays, we'll take time to remember this passage, Ra'eh, to behold the beauty of this world. And the word Ra'eh starts with a Resh and ends with a He, which are the letters of Rosh Hashanah, which teaches us Rosh means head, Hashanah means change. It also means new year. It means that with the head we can change if we use our mind and our judgment and try to behold the truth. Then we can accomplish great things and make this a great year. Let us remember Ra'eh, behold the beauty of the world and the beauty of our own soul, our neshama. And let us work to make this a beautiful week as we approach the high holy days, the days of awe. Shabbat Shalom.
לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כיי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורל עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
It is with great sadness that we ponder the fact that the United States has now lost over 150,000 individuals to the coronavirus, and so many more who have been displaced, who have lost jobs, and such suffering. As we recite the Kaddish, remember these individuals and so many others who have been taken from us in recent days. We give thanks for their lives. We celebrate all their accomplishments. We rejoice in the fact that we're able to recall their wonderful memory and be inspired by them. And as we read the Kaddish, in memory of them, in honor of them, we pledge to perpetuate and continue what was sweet, good, and noble in their lives. Yiskedal v'yiskadash shemer Rabba, v'yomad yivrach ruseh v'yamlich ma'chuseh, v'chayechona v'yomechona v'chaye l'chol beis Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kari v'yimru amen. Yehi shemer Rabba mivorach le'olam omei omaya. Yisporach v'yistabach v'yisporah v'yischama v'yisnaseh. V'yisadar v'yisalev v'yisalal shemer kudusha berechu. Le'elam enko b'yochasa v'shirasa. Tush b'chasa v'nechamasa da'amichon b'yoma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlam Rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'yokol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Now that we are drawing near to the conclusion of our Shabbat celebration, it's time for the final benediction. At this time, we sum up a little bit some of the hopes that we have for the coming week. So let me share with you the following traditional priestly benediction. Yivarechach Adonai v'yishmarecha. May you be blessed and preserved as you go forth this week. Ya'ich Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of love reflected by the Shabbat candles shine upon you always and shine from you as well. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you be lifted up and inspired by the words from our wonderful tradition so that you can achieve new heights of achievement and to be a blessing to others and a source of peace and joy. Amen.
פתאום קם אדם בבוקר ומרגיש כי הוא עם, הוא מתחיל ללכת, וכל המפגש בדרכו קורא שלום. פתאום קם אדם בבוקר ומרגיש כי הוא עם, הוא מתחיל ללכת, וכל המפגש בדרכו קורא שלום. Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, one and all. Thank you to Rabbi Barry Silver, Rose Lopater, Andy Sussman, and Arnie Pickles for making this service tonight so special for our Shabbat. We want to thank Carol and Jerry Kahn for sponsoring our Shabbat services for the month of August in honor of Carol's beloved mother. Tada Rabbah, Carol and Jerry. And Tada Rabbah, thank you to all of you for sharing your Shabbat evening with L'Dor Va-Dor. We'd like to invite you to share Shabbat every week and all of our other programming with our congregation, L'Dor Va-Dor. We offer a very unique and special brand of Judaism based on science and reason with a rational approach. We have chats with Rabbi Barry weekly each Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. and our monthly Controversial Issues Forum, which is coming up this week on Wednesday, August 19th at 7 p.m. All of our programs are on Zoom during this pandemic. We always offer a phone-in option for those that can't manage Zoom. We also record our programming and put these onto our website, ledorvador.org, and our YouTube channel, Congregation L'Dor Va-Dor. So stay in the know with us, Congregation L'Dor Va-Dor. Read our voice email newsletter and check out our ledorvador.org website, our Facebook page, our YouTube channel for more great information and news about L'Dor Va-Dor. This year, our High Holy Day services will be offered complimentary to one and all online. You will not want to miss a single moment of these inspiring and meaningful services. We will pre-record them and make them available to you online. We'd love to chat with you in person later at our Oneg Shabbat, Zoom and Schmooze at 8:30 p.m. tonight and each Friday evening. We miss all of you and welcome you to share some news and or comments with us all. You can go onto our website, ledorvador.org, and click on the cute little Zoom and Schmooze image and join us at 8:30 p.m. tonight. We hope this finds you all in good health and staying safe. We wish you all Shabbat Shalom from L'Dor Va-Dor and a wonderful week ahead.
Gonna make good trouble, talking about good trouble. Gonna be good trouble coming your way. We don't agree with your choices, so we'll keep raising our voices, bringing some good trouble to you today. You know we're watching, you know we're listening, you know exactly what we mean. We've had enough of this nightmare. We're standing up for our American dream. Gonna make good trouble, talking about good trouble. Gonna be good trouble coming your way. We don't agree with your choices, so we'll keep raising our voices, bringing some good trouble to you today. You know we're wild.